out in the deep there, and then the throw was erratic and should have been taken by the bowler, but unfortunately he couldn't stop it and they got an overthrow.
There you go, that's the second one over the Hublot big screen.
Tell you what, if he gets hit for 6, he's only got himself to blame. Oh,
mixing it up, that's better. That's better. Don't give it in the slot. Hastings a big fella. If he gets a hold of it, it's gone. You're only going to be getting it out of the park and looking to fetch it back. That's easy pickings. That's easy pickings. Flat batted it away for 6. Easy pickings, waist high, slow. Not on this format. There you go. Virgin maximum. 6 number 160.
I think we know what John Hastings' intent is here, isn't it? He's not going to die wondering.
Dancing down the track, the inside edge. Still manages to get a boundary. Good start for Australia. 24 in that very first over, looking to chase down 89.
Well, he's just swinging so hard, isn't he? If he gets any bit of bat on it, you know it's going to at least reach the boundary, but then if he gets it close to the middle, well, it's going over.
Hastings very quickly has moved on to 24 of just the 6 deliveries that he's faced. Reardon still to face a delivery.
You see a lot of players who hold the bat at the top of the handle, as we see that wide angle of this beautiful oval, Kowloon Cricket Club. What a fantastic place to be.
It's good to see how they've placed the stands by this time in the afternoon. The trees take cover and you've got enough shades for the spectators. Flick of the wrist and away she goes. Past the boundary towards fine leg.
As I was saying, you see a lot of batsmen hold the bat at the top of the handle, but Reardon, if you have a look here, he's really got his bottom hand low so he can whip the ball. I think that's what he wants, to get that bottom hand through. You can see him almost choking it.
Generate some bat speed. You're hitting power zone. Give the ball to Yorker. Straight to the bat. Whoa, what was that?
I think that's spun, hasn't it? And you know, don't you? It spins on the second bounce. So, as they say, trap for young players there. And one of these young Bangladeshi fielders has been duped.
I promise you, great experience. He's never going to miss that again. He'll wait for the second bounce and then go the other way.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good delivery. A little bit of shape away from Reardon there. That's a better delivery.
It is. I've seen him bowl in other overs. I like the look of him. He gets up and he swings it, doesn't he? Any left-hander, you can swing the ball back into the righty away from the left-hand batsman. You've got a chance.
Onik certainly does have a lot of potential. It's a good Yorker. Mixes up nicely. It's just that consistency, and this is a new format for them as well.
Yeah, well, we haven't had this competition for a number of years, and with Bangladesh bringing such a young side, I doubt anyone would have played this format before.
Rearranging of the field, only because the big fella, Hastings, on strike. Oh, that's a good delivery. That's the swing that you were talking about, bringing it back into the right-hander.
Yeah, I think he's trying to accentuate that swing. That's why he's come round the wicket to the right-hander. You would think normally he would stay over his wicket, try and straighten it down the line and hit the stumps, but almost exaggerates that swing, doesn't it, when you come around the wicket? Makes it a little bit harder to hit.
Up and over into the trees. That's been muscle up. That's some good hitting there by the Australian team.
Just so unforgiving, isn't he? He bowled 5 balls for 9 runs, and you thought he's done a really good job here. If you could just get a dot ball or something small in this last ball, he's winning. But he bowled just slightly wrong length and reared him. Put him. How far back's that? That's 6 on most grounds, isn't it?
Yeah, that would have carried in most parts of the world. There you have it. So the ball boys enjoying their day out. Watching the Hong Kong sixes. Hastings looking to go towards cow corner. Just the one.
Oh, there we go. Look at that Australian flag. He seems to be giving it back now, doesn't he? I'm not sure he's rude. A true Australian fan now.
Dances down the track, up and over. That's out of here. Also into the trees. Like Ryan would be saying, it's into the Cox Road. It's because of the bounce.
Yeah.
You know, any
see
decent
Reardon can just go with it. I just think it's because how he holds the bat. Oh. He's not happy with that, is he? Thought he just snuck it inside the outside line. You have to be inside, not over it.
There you have it. Some young Australian fans going to kiss, enjoying the success of their Australian team. Oh, looking to go for a big one. Didn't time it.
I actually think they were young Hong Kong fans. There it is.
Yeah.
Hong Kong Sixers. Yeah, I actually did a little speech to the juniors here the other day, and both those boys were there. A couple of young Hong Kong cricketers, up-and-coming cricketers. There's great passion for the game here.
Great facility here in the Kowloon Cricket Club. They're looking to promote the juniors, get them out on the cricket field, get them introduced to the sport early on, and then see how and where the passion takes them. There you go. They'll jump down the track, but unable to pierce that field on the onside. Got the lone man there. Oh, they are South African fan as well.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, is it Australian?
No, that's Australian.
There you go.
Oh, gee. Hastings, that's a massive hit as well. And that's it for him. Retired there. Hastings 32 off 10. And once again, he's done a fantastic job at the top.
Incredible. Take a look at that par. Holding on. The bat speed through the shot has been incredible. There you are. The young staff saying, well, I tried to bowl the Yorker, but they were half bowling. Well, at the Hong Kong Sixes, the most important rules for you guys. Of course, each game you have 5 6-ball overs, but remember, in the final you have 5 8-ball overs, and the most important for the bowlers, a no ball and a wide shall concede 2 extras, and if you bowl a no ball, you don't get a free hit, and the batsman must retire on the other side of 30. So if you're on 30, you get to get another hit, whether you get a single, 4 or 6, you got to retire after that. Oh, starts off with the wide. That's not the line that you're going to be bowling. Wide, looking to York, that inside edge. Reardon not been able to get that away to the boundary. And let's have a look at the rules and regulations once again. Look at number 8, 6 bonus runs if the batsman hits the big Hublot big bang target. So if you get to 30, you get that target, you get 12. So that's what you're going to be targeting to maximize to get to 42. Big heavy and a miss. Gotch has come up, looking all guns blazing.
Yeah, they need to go, don't they? 26 off 11 balls now, and there's that Hublot big bang sign. just tucked in behind the netting there, but if you can hit it, could be a match-winning hit.
It'll be incredible. Just the one. To sweep and cover.
Almost could have left that delivery as well, and it would have been a wide, but he actually hit it right out of the middle of the bat, but he hit it straight at the fielder.
A good little start for Australia. Cruising along. 25 of 10 needed to win this game. Get those 2 important points in the kitty. That's a good delivery. Right on the money.
Right. They'd probably be happy here to defend. 18 off the last over, what do you reckon?
But in this format, Chris, you know, one bad delivery, momentum goes, the confidence of the bowler goes, and that can hurt you. Take a look at that, flat batted for 6. Great cricket shot there.
Well, if those who know Seb Gotch know that he's a clean little hitter. He's only diminutive in stature, but he packs a punch, and as you saw there, that was a clean hitch.
That's a better delivery. After this tournament, I'm sure some of these young fast bowlers for Bangladesh would be able to get the Yorkers right.
Yeah. You got to learn quickly here, don't you? But I think this ball is going to be crucial here.
That's 4. That's 4. That's beautifully timed and placed. The face says it. Oh, that's a big game coming up. You've got some Pakistani fans in there as well. Pakistan take on MCC. The tournament favourites, the way they've started Pakistan, their campaign in the 2017 Hong Kong Sixes, and they take on the MCC. Good bit of bowling from the Pakistan side. MCC will have to bat really, really well.
Yeah, I think MCC have been a little bit disappointing so far, so they need to win this last game, and of course they're probably the last side they would want to face is Pakistan, so they're up against it. But they've got some very good cricketers, so you can't discount them at all.
Getting some strategy against the Pakistani bowling and try and get to about 90-95. That'll put some pressure on the Pakistan side. But in the meanwhile, Australia 14 runs away from getting 2 points onto that points table. I'll tell you what, that was in the slot to be square cut for 4.
Wasn't it? And there was no one behind. He'd be furious with himself there, and he's put a bit of pressure here on Gotch, and still we're back Australia because you hit 1-6 and you're not far off.
Swing and a miss. He was targeting the swimming pool once again, wasn't he? Everybody wants to try and hit a 6, but hit a huge, massive 6. But unfortunately, not this time around.
Oh.
How good is that? Isn't that smart piece of wicket keeping there? Take a look at that. Gotch goes down the track, misses it, and the keeper catches the ball, runs, doesn't throw the ball, and takes the bails off.
Well, you can see Reardon at the other end. He wants to get on strike. He's frustrated that Gotch has missed 2 deliveries. And that's a good decision by the umpire. You can see he was a few inches short. I'd be interested to see what happens if Australia do need roughly 8 or 10 off the last over. And they have to go for the Hublot Big Bang sign.
So they still need 12 of 3. A little bit of pressure mounting. They need a boundary here. Oh, swing and a miss again. Now, this has become very, very interesting. We were talking about rules. Take a look at that sign. That's what you've got to be targeting. 12 of 1 delivery, Chris. If you can, hit that big sign. The Hublot Big Bang sign. Well, it's been a fantastic over.
Yeah, the interesting thing is he's bowled, it looks like he's bowled off spin, but they're going straight, and the Australian batsmen have missed it 3 times playing for the off spin. Oh.
Swing and a miss again.
Oh, they've already celebrated. Well, let's see how switched on Gregory is here, because he actually has to hit the side.
He has to hit the side to tie the game, and then the side that's lost least number of wickets wins. So if you don't get the sign, I guess Australia, from winning the game till the 4th over was bowled, have lost this one.
No, he hasn't even.
6 off the last delivery, but Bangladesh have won a fantastic game. Till the 4th over, I guess Australia was cruising.
Look at these celebrations.
Look at the last over, and look at that celebration. That's what you were talking about, Chris. The young kids enjoying their success, and rightfully so.
Well, you probably wouldn't have given much chance against some of the big names in Australian cricket. And then to come out, these under-19 Bangladeshi players play such a good game. Under pressure as well. They were under pressure. That last over was unbelievable.
7. The last ball went for 6. Otherwise, he conceded 5 out of 5 balls, just 1 run. And that's what brought them back. And the most important 2 points. There you go. Take a look at that song and dance. Absolutely. Fantastic. They're enjoying every little bit of success at the Kowloon Cricket Club. Look at that.
What are they doing there?
I wonder if they practice that.
I don't know. But look at the smiles on their face as well. It's great to see.
That's been incredible for Bangladesh, the young under-19 team. There you have it. Australia batting card. John Hastings, 32, not out. He would be thinking, how could I lose that game the way they started? And Reardon, 26 of 11, and then just as soon as the 5th over was bowled, they just lost their way.
Well, you wouldn't have expected that from Australia. 2 games, 2 losses. But, you know, they got off to a flying start, thanks from John Hastings. But that last over from Hasan, to go for 7 runs and actually concede a 6 off that last ball is just amazing. He beat the bat 3 times, and that was the match-winning over.
The young Bangladesh team enjoying themselves in the Hong Kong 2017 Sixes. Take a look at that. A little bit of practice, I guess. They're pretty well coordinated, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'd love to see them win the tournament. Oh, imagine what they'd be doing there.
And we've got Catherine down with one of the Australian players. Whoa, sorry, one of the young Bangladeshi players. I hope Kathy can get them to dance during the interview.
Yes, here with Afif. What an incredible last over. Talk us through it.
There was so much pressure in the last over, 15 runs needed only. And I just planned my ball to just plan, and I became successful.
You can see your teammates hugging, they're smiling, they're even pulling out a few dance moves. Explain this team, because you're all under 19s, yeah. You're very close. Explain your approach to this tournament.
We've always tried to become close to everyone, and that's our energy. That's why we become winner.
There's a lot of experience in this Australia side that you were up against. Was that a bit intimidating at times?
Well, we were so positive. That's why we maintained that, and we became successful.
Well, congratulations and good luck tomorrow rather.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that's the next game coming up. The MCC take on Pakistan. Well, MCC must-win game for them to stay alive in the competition. Pakistan have played 2, they won 2. MCC unfortunately have lost both their encounters so far in the tournament.
But it's a must-win game for the MCC. And who are they up against but Pakistan? 2 out of 2 they've won, and looking to make it a clean sweep on day 1 of the 2017 Hong Kong World Sixes. Just the one change, Ryan Higgins. And as Samit Patel said, they're going to have a change in the batting order. I asked him about Ricky Clark's form. He said, yeah, good form. He's going to come up and open the batting.
Well, they have to do something different, haven't they? I mean, they've been very disappointing in their 2 games up until now. And yeah, they've reshuffled the batting order. Let's see what they can come up with. Ricky Clark's been on awesome form. Jeez, he's hit the ball well. And yeah, let's hope he can really carry that on against a quality bowling attack of Pakistan.
That's the kind of quality we've seen on the spot from ball 1, Mohammad Sami. We thought their one weakness perhaps was in their batting, but they proved that the fast bowlers all like to have a bit of a hit.
Well, I'll tell you what, where there's no weaknesses in the bowling department. That was on the money, a little bit of shape away. Mohammad Sami, a seasoned campaigner. Starts with 2 dot balls. Darren Seamers will have to be a bit more innovative against the accurate Mohammad Sami.
Wait to see how Ricky Clark goes at the non-striker's end at the moment. If you look at all the batsmen in the tournament so far, that's a bit of a gift. Nothing much the keeper could have done about that one. That was sizzling pace. Just going down for 4 byes.
Well, yeah, that absolutely took off a length. I mean, it was a play and a miss yet again. And it burst through the hands of the wicketkeeper.
Yeah, I did say there's not much he could have done.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he could have done with that. So it's MCC off and running with 4.
Well, the bowler is supposed to give the batsman a bit of a workout. The only one getting it right now is Sahibzada Farhan behind the stumps.
Well, brings Ricky Clark on strike. He's been on fire with the bat. Let's see what he can come up with against the accurate Sami. Well,
that's what he can.
Well, that's just dismissive. He is hitting the ball rather well. Brings up the 166th Virgin Atlantic 6. That is eased over square legs head. Geez, that was effortless.
It's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? 166.6. Try and say that a few times.
Yeah.
This late in the day.
Well, only the 9 runs conceded up till now by Mohammad Sami off his 5 balls, which is still in this competition is not a bad over. If you go for, say, 9 or 12 runs, oh, that's a great bit of bowling. Ricky Clark making sure his feet were out the way. So that's 13 for none for MCC at the end of over number 1. And that's what we mentioned, I think, last game. We will see a lot of skill every time Pakistan are playing a game of cricket, whether it be a bat or with the ball. It's very, very highly skilled individuals.
Embarrassment of riches in the bowling department. Anwar Ali will open up with Mohammad Sami. It's the formula that Sohail Tanveer's been following so far.
Well, that's short and wide. It's not gonna be any trouble for Darren Stevens to help that over pointed for 6.
Yeah, that was just a rank bad ball. I was asking to be hit. Any form of the game.
That's an attempted slow ball, which Darren Stevens has put out of the ground.
That's a good shot. Darren Stevens was the one who was slow off the blocks. Ricky Clark is the one who's just missed the first ball for 6, but it's Stevens now joining the party. Now he gets to see it finally.
Yes, a very good comeback there by Anwar Ali with a slower ball. Just rolling his fingers over the top of the ball. And that's a smart cricket. Not being too predictable for the batsman.
Well, they've tried everything at Pakistan. They've won the toss and batted first. That's how they started. Then they were put into bat. Now they've fielding first, out of choice. Remember, a lot of these games on day 1, almost a preparation for day 2 because of the format of the tournament. Everyone's still got a second chance to come back. Oh, that's huge.
Well, that's a great cricket shot by Ricky Clark. Again, just easing into the ball and just depositing it. And I just love the ease he's hitting the cricket ball at the moment.
And you talk about a comeback. You talk about a comeback, and that's lovely to see from Anwar Ali. He realizes that he was hit for some big ones, pats him on the back, says, good shot, mate, but I've got you.
He certainly has got him. He's also got him on the toe. There's Ricky Clark grimacing. That's got to hurt. I think Anwar Ali just making sure Ricky Clark's toe was okay before he sent him off. Just there, his right toe. Jeez, that's got to hurt.
Yeah, he's asking, you right?
Again, in a Yorker on the money.
Yeah, you talk about the cliched toe crusher. That was it. That was it. And if you can crush the toe and crush the base of the stumps, a double win for you. Not that you're trying to injure the opponent, but when someone's hit you for 3 big sixes, not a bad way to come back.
Darren Stevens is giving himself a little bit of room. Boundary.
That's an edge. And watch out in the dugout there. Watch out in the dugout there. We've been pretty injury-free so far. Suddenly, people are ducking for cover. Batsmen's toes are in danger.
Well, I've never seen that before. A 6 hit over fine third man. What a cricket shot.
That's got to be the most unique one of the day.
Well, that's 6 more. That's out of the ground. That's muscled over deep mid-on. Just shimmies down the wicket. Darren Stevens brings up the 171st Virgin Atlantic 6 with a bang over deep mid-on.
That's how sixes are meant to be. Virgin Atlantic aren't allowed to fly that low, like the previous 6.
Another good strike down the ground, but only the single this time.
That's all he wants. He's eyeing the 36. He's eyeing the maximum, Darren Stevens.
Yeah, smart batting by Darren Stevens. Got himself to 30. So he'll be eyeing up a 6 of the next time he faces the ball. So Samit Patel on strike.
Captain to captain. That's gone for a boundary.
And he's off the mark with a with a smartly timed 4.
He just pushed it.
He certainly did. That's all he did. Yeah, just a gentle nudge into the offside.
And it kept travelling.
That's 4 runs.
Got away with that one, did Sohail Tanveer. I reckon that was very close to a couple of runs and a wide.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't think Samit can quite believe what's happened there. He hasn't got a wide ball down leg side. Anyway, MCC move on to 53 for 1 at the end of 3 overs. Pakistan well supported in this part of the world. Very passionate about their cricket. The players, the fans. They talk about cricket as a religion in Asia, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. It's all the same.
Bangladesh as well. What a good win they had against Australia in their last outing. Sent their youngsters, their under-19 side.
Yeah, I've been actually quite impressed with Bangladesh. They've been really good. They've stuck to their guns, they've stuck to their tactics, and they've been impressive.
That's got to be wide. Not going to get away with that one, Ahmad Azam.
Yeah, Ahmad starting off with a wide. Darren Stevens would definitely be eyeing up a 6 here, trying to get the maximum advantage here.
Probably a leg by, so he'll have another chance at the 6. We'll wait for the umpire. Oh, he's not a leg by. He got an edge to it, so that's goodbye, Darren Stevens. Shouldn't he walk off?
Well, he should, if the umpire hasn't. Be interesting what he does here. I don't know whether there's an inside edge.
Now he's been sent off.
Yeah, so Darren Stevens had to walk off. A bit disappointed not to be able to hit that last ball for a boundary.
I think he was hoping no one noticed. Just snuck in there at the non-strikers end. Come on, no one's looking. Quickly, then we get another 6. Can't say anything then.
So he can always come back if MCC lose all their wickets. So John Simpson to the crease, the left-handed John Simpson. Oh, wow. Wow. What a shot. Samit Patel.
Well, we've had a few big ones here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. I reckon that's going to be up there. That's going to be right up there. Look at that go.
It's gone through the gap, out of the stadium. Well, it was there. It was in the arc. I don't know how he's managed to miss that. Samit, he's been good touch all day.
Just love the way Samit Patel winds up for a big shot.
Well, that's the end of Samit Patel. A little bit of away swing there for Hamad. Picks up a big wicket of Samit Patel, who was just starting to look dangerous. And leaves MCC 62 for 2. So he goes for 10.
Well, look at that shape. When it started out, you think that that's going to go down with the angle down the leg side. Just that late swing back means the umpire had no doubt was going to crash into the stumps. Wonderful delivery, deceived Samit Patel. Almost got the toes again. By the time we finish tonight, not sure the MCC team will be heading out into Hong Kong. There'll be a few toes less.
Now that's Higgins gone off the first ball. An interesting shot, really. I thought he was just trying to help it into the onside. Not sure if it was leading edge or not, but he's managed to get himself out of the first ball. That's the end of Ryan Higgins. He's gone for MCC 62 for 3.
Unless the instructions are from Darren Stevens, I want to come back. I'm feeling so good about it today. I want to come back and make a 50.
Well, they could do with Darren Stevens right now.
Hamad on a hat-trick.
Simpson skies it. That's gone for a 6. So the over finishes with the 6. Hamad's gone for 15 runs, but he's picked up the 2 key wickets. That's a nice strike in the arc, and Simpson's not going to miss out on that.
Pakistan won't be unhappy where they are at the moment. They've won both their games they've played so far. 4 points. South Africa finished their encounter. We saw them leaving the club a few minutes ago. They finished on 4 points, as have the local side Hong Kong, who finished with a good win right at the end against the MCC, who are yet to record a win.
Yeah, MCC really needs to pick up the scoring rate here now. It's going to be tough against Sohail Khan, who's bowled very well in this tournament up until now.
With a cap on.
Albeit with a cap on, yeah. Did a bit of a way swing, but on the money.
There you can see the vocal support for Pakistan. Perfect. Spot on from Sohail Khan.
Just very good bowling. Manages to get it in that block hole again. John Simpson trying to use his feet, get to the pitch of the ball, get it on the full. He's unable to cope with Sohail Khan's skill.
Timeline just below telling the story of the match so far. They're pin boundaries like that one for the MCC, but they've all been peppered with plenty of dot balls, wickets in between. So there's been no consistent charge from the MCC, which is why in the last over they're still only at 75.
Yeah, it seems like it's either a dot ball or a 6. It's been a bit bizarre innings by the MCC players. Never mind, they're still on 75 for 3 in their last over. Oh, that's just a gift on leg stump. Any professional cricket.
They haven't had enough of that in this match, not enough of that in the tournament so far, which is why they played 2, lost 2. Can they change that here? Can they finish on a high? 17 minutes into this match.
That's an interesting shot there by John Simpson. Works it away into the leg side for 2.
Darren Stevens can safely take his pads off.
So there's 15 runs up until now off this over. The final ball to come of the MCC innings. Can they get it up to 90? Or if they can hit the Hublot side, that will be perfect ending for the MCC players. A swing and a miss, and John Simpson's been stumped off the last ball. So MCC finish their innings with 83 for the loss of 4 wickets. And Sohail Khan only going for 15 runs of his one allotted over. The captain should be reasonably happy, I reckon, Gautam.
I think that's exactly the kind of score he wanted. Each time we've spoken at the toss, he said 80 to 90 is what I'm looking at. And every time, he's pretty accurate. 80 to 90 is exactly what it was. 83 for 4. Darren Stevens really was wanting to get back in there. 31 of 12. He couldn't. Didn't really get much support. Simpson at the end, a couple of big blows. But they need usually 2 batsmen with close to that maximum score to get close to 3 figures is what you're talking about as par.
Yeah, this is the reason why Mohamed Sami starting the proceedings with the over, only conceding the 9 runs. And as picking up the 2 wickets during his 1 over. Like we mentioned, that's the strength of Pakistan cricket at the moment. The bowlers have really done very well in this competition and restricting the MCC to only 83 runs and picking up the 4 wickets.
Yeah, we've got a couple of Aussie fans in there, and I reckon they're hanging around because they are going to be part of the last match, which is one of the great rivalries in cricket, the Trans-Tasman rivalry. But we have to have a toss first, and it's in the hands of Catherine.
Thanks, guys. It is one of the great rivalries, and lucky I'm wearing high heels today because I'm standing in the middle of 2 very tall men, 2-metre Peter and John Hastings. Guys, let's get this toss on. Ready, New Zealand, tossing. Heads. Your call. Heads.
Heads.
And it is heads.
Beautiful. We're going to have
what
another bowl.
Another
we're
bowl.
Stick with it, even though it hasn't worked for us, but yeah, we're going to have a bowl.
Are you feeling a bit of pressure and no wins today?
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? Yeah, look, I mean, these guys have won 2 as well, so it's going to be a tough game, so hopefully we can turn it around.
Now, you told me earlier that you gave the boys a bit of a spray after your first game, rather. Did you give them another spray after the second one, or were you a bit nicer?
Haven't looked them in the eye yet, so we'll see how we go. No, it's fine.
John, all the best.
Thank you. Cheers.
So there we go. You're going to have a bat first. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, we've bowled first the first couple of games, so something a bit different. So, yeah, just looking to just go out there the same, I guess, with the same attitude, really. Just look to enjoy it and, yeah, not to get too stressed about the result.
Feeling a little bit confident, though? Australia yet to win a game.
Oh, no, I think anyone knows the rivalry will know that these guys will be hurting. They'll be looking to redeem themselves. So, like I said, we'll get out there, have some fun and see what happens. And
who are you most looking out for? Who are you most worried about in that Australian setup?
Oh, I think looking at the last couple of games, John Hastings, he's obviously hitting some pretty big balls. So hopefully I don't have to bowl him and someone else can get him out.
And he didn't look like a happy man just then.
No, he didn't. He's getting a bit angry, I think. So, yeah, like I said, we're going to have to be on our toes.
Peter, good luck.
Cheers. Thank you.
Well, there we have it. Australia won the toss and have elected to bowl.
Kathy. You're supposed to make the captains happy. Oh, dear. Well, this is going to be a good one to finish. Australia against New Zealand. But we're not done with this game yet. Pakistan still have a bit of work to do. But their bowlers have set it up for them. Darren Stevens was the man with the timing, the precision timing. Some wonderful 6s from Darren Stevens until that happened. That was, of course, Ricky Clark. Darren Stevens had to retire for a maximum of 31. That was the shot of the innings there. The flattest 6 you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, there were some lofty blows by the MCC players. But the key thing for Pakistan was to continuously pick up wickets, which would stem the flow of runs. Ryan Higgins perishing on the first ball that he faced. And Pakistan have managed to keep MCC only to the 83 runs of their 5 overs. We spoke to the captains earlier, and he always spoke about, like you mentioned earlier, Gautam, that he was happy somewhere between 80 and 90 runs, and 83 will be just fine for Pakistan. So they're out there in a minute, and we've got, by the looks of it, Gareth Berg to start the proceedings. Pakistan requiring 84 runs at a run rate of 16.80.
Few interesting shadows coming over the ground. We were looking at some of the crowd shots, some with the shades on, some with it off. So it's that time. There'll be a bit of adjustment for the players because you can see he's coming out of the shadows and bowling into the sunlight.
Yeah, it's going to take some adjusting, but Such is the nature of the game, is you just don't have the time to adjust and give yourself a chance. You really have to swing from ball one.
It's not a bad place to hit the ball. Very, very straight. Samit Patel playing a bit of football there.
Well, I've got a feeling that went for 4. Nicely struck on drive. Let's have a look what Samit Patel's done there. He gets a boot on it. Now he's outside the ground. Oh, I'm afraid that's 4 runs. Well, it's not been given, but we're going to move on. That's 6 runs. Farhan smashing it out of the ground, just muscling it over deep mid-wicket. So Berg is going for 2 boundaries. Make that boundary number 3.
Watch it in the dugout. Watch out. You never know where it's coming from. Got our stock of balls in the dugout over there.
Wow, what a shot. You could just hear that timing as it left the bat. That's the Virgin Atlantic 6, number 177. Gareth Berg feeling the pressure. He's already gone for 20 runs. Those are all balls on the desk, on the table that you can see. We'll need a few more there of those for tomorrow's games. Oh, wow. What a shot.
Yeah, we need a new one right now. We'll need a new one right now. You can see the umpire waving for one.
Picked up beautifully off his legs. Just helps it away over deep square leg.
Oh, that's another big one. I know the MCC boys had some sightseeing to do last night. I'm reckoning Pakistan missed out on that, which is why they want to leave now.
Yeah, well, that's a monster. Look at that. That's gone over that pavilion there. That's a huge shot. Wow. Well, that's over Gareth Berg. We want to forget. He's gone for 32 already. And the Pakistani batsman making a huge dent in that target of 84 runs. We've got Ryan Higgins coming on to bowl now.
Well, I'm glad they can take all that torture with a smile. It's a bit of off break, or is it seam up? A mix of both. It doesn't matter to Hamad Azam, because he is just looking to dispatch that into the hands.
Well, that was the lack of pace of Higgins has done the trick. So Hamad goes for a 0 off his first ball, tried to hit it for a 6. I reckon he got it a little bit higher on the bat. Let's have a look here.
And high in the air. It just kept traveling.
There it is. Gareth Berg not making any mistakes there. So Higgins picks up a wicket for his first ball. That brings the dangerous Sohail Tanvir to the wicket.
Yeah, you don't get any reward for elevation in this game.
Well, Sohail Tanvir heaves it away through the leg side. Don't think he wanted to hit it that fine, but nevertheless, it's still 4 more runs to Pakistan. Which makes the equation now 48 runs required of 22 balls.
That's a bit friendly. And it's answered in the affirmative by Sohail Tanvir into the trees for number 180. Is that 181?
That's 6 more.
Yeah, I think we've got a quota. Perhaps 200 on day 1 is the quota, so we've got 19 to go. between Pakistan, Australia and New Zealand. The onus is on them.
Yeah, this is very friendly bowling here by Ryan Higgins. It's now bowled a wide.
You could hear Sohail Tanvir saying that there's a new ball that's just come in, and he reckons it's swinging a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you lose a ball, the replacement ball, if it's a little bit older, can actually put a bit of shape. But that hasn't really affected Sohail Tanvir. He swats that away over deep mid-wicket for yet another 6.
Yeah, they may have picked up that 1 wicket, but that's just the only bright spot of the innings.
Oh, it's up in the air, but it lands in no man's land. So that's the end of Ryan Higgins' over. He's gone for 25. And now Pakistan only need 27 runs off 18 balls.
Well, I hope Australia and New Zealand are all padded up and ready, because this match is finishing in a hurry. Sun just starting to set over the skyscrapers here in Hong Kong. In case there were any worries about the light, Pakistan helping out here. That's the last match of the day, last match of day 1. Australia against New Zealand.
So the captain to captain, Sohail Tanvir, I'm sure will be trying his best to finish the game off in this over. He'll be eyeing up that leg side boundary. And that's 6 runs to Sohail Tanvir. Gentle leg stump full toss. I don't think Sohail Tanvir will be missing out on that.
Well, one thing's for sure, these 2 batsmen can't finish it off even if they want to, because between the 2 of them, they need to retire soon.
Well, if they can hit the Hublot sign, you never know they could. Well, that's 6 more for Sohail Tanvir. He's had to retire. You know, so he's off. Sohail Tanvir having to retire at 35. And Pakistan look like they're going to win the game very soon.
15 of 15, Anwar Ali walks in to join Farhan, who's on 30.
Swing and a miss there by Anwar Ali. Serious bat speed there from Anwar Ali. Swept away. Anwar Ali manages to cut that one away to deep point, 4 runs. Got done a little bit in the flight. Still managed to rock back and cut it away for 4 runs. So that's the end of Sami Patel's over. He's gone for 16 of his allotted over. Pakistan now only needing 11 runs of 12 balls.
And Farhan on strike is on 30. So one way or the other, unless he gets a leg by and gets to the other end, this should be his last scoring stroke for this match and for today.
And I'm sure he'll be eyeing up a 6 off this ball, Farhan. So Darren Stevens to bowl his over. Well, it's a leg stump full toss, which has been swatted away deep mid-on for a 6. Virgin Atlantic, 185th 6.
And Sahibzada Farhan with that gets maximum, reaches 30, hits a 6, 36, easiest job in the world. Off he goes, job well done. So just 5 runs needed. Could they finish it in one blow? Sohail Khan walks out. He hasn't had too many chances to bat today. He hasn't been needed really. Hit a couple of lusty blows in the previous game. Yeah, he was sent out just to finish it in one blow.
Swing and a miss by Sohail Khan. Well, Sohail Khan is not happy with the bounce of the ball. Can't understand why the ball hasn't bounced.
Now he walks a couple of steps in front. And again.
Still the same result. Pakistan requiring 5 runs off the 8 balls. Darren Stevens gone just a 6 off his 4 balls. He's managed to get 3 dot balls at Sohail Khan. Can he make it 4 out of 4? Well, it's gone high up in the air. John Simpson coming underneath it. Takes a rather easy catch. So that's the end of Sohail Khan, who's made an interesting naught. 4 dot ball, well, yeah, 3 dot balls, and then skied the last one. And off he goes.
A perfectly described innings. That was always an interesting knot. That's what it was. Ball along the ground, then just playing and missing, and finally skying it to the keeper. Sami. Oh, he wants to finish it, and he does.
Well, Anwar Ali finishes off in style, walks down the wicket, sorts out of the deep mid-wicket. 6 runs, and Pakistan win the game by 4 wickets. Anwar finishes with 10 not out, and that is the Pakistani supporters over the moon with yet another victory for their team. MCC have had a day to forget, I think. They've lost 3 out of 3. That's the winning moment. Anwar Ali knowing from the time he hit the ball, that was 6 runs.
That's what we have from Pakistan. They really made a mockery of this target. Farhan was the star at the top, 36 of 7, but Sohail Tanveer too. He's just had a blast batting up the order at number 3, 35 of 8, and the winning runs hit by Anwar Ali.
Well, a day to forget for the MCC. They didn't have enough runs on the board in the first place, and Gareth Berg proving very expensive at the top of the innings, conceding 32 runs in his first over, and it was a sorry tale from then on in. So MCC have lost 3 out of 3 today, and that's the end of their cricketing today. Pakistan win with 4 wickets. Farhan scoring 36, Tanveer 35, both retiring. And now we're gonna go to Kath downstairs by the boundary line for an interview.
Yes, I'm here with the man of the moment, Sanad Spard. You made it look easy out there. What was the approach? Just hit out or get out?
Yeah, today's bowling is a little bit easy in the other matches, so I will take a strike match. So in more confidence, captain said to me, go and hit in sixes.
He certainly did. Now, tell us, 3 wins from 3 games. Got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we are so happy, and always team is so happy. The bowling is very strong, so inshallah we will come back.
Now tell us, who do you think is looking like the main threat? Because New Zealand have played 2 games and they're also unbeaten. So are you keeping a close eye on the Kiwis?
Inshallah we win. Inshallah. yes, we easily win. Yeah.
All right, well, good luck for tomorrow. Go and enjoy the night off.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Yes, I reckon Catherine's getting a side job for Hong Kong tourism, making sure that everyone's going out and seeing the city. Well, that's Farhan, the man we just heard from. Wonderful innings at the top of the order.
Yeah, some lusty blows by Farhan. He was the key for Pakistan. Smashed the ball everywhere. Managed to get a quick fire 30-odd, and then the captain came and joined the party.
Well, that's what it's all one-way traffic. Samit Patel tried to stem the tide for a couple of deliveries, but then it was just about Pakistan lining up to finish things off. A couple of wickets were just a hiccup in the road to victory. That was the last of them, and Anwar Ali finishing things off in style. But the interesting prospect is that the way this tournament is set up, the top-ranked team will end up playing the 8th-ranked team in the knockout stage tomorrow, and that could well be Pakistan against the MCC. But for the moment, we're looking at the last group match on day 1 of the 2017 Hong Kong World Sixes. The New Zealand Kiwis looking to finish up with another victory against Australia, looking to finally register one.